You can now make online payments to Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Board via GovPay.
The passing of veteran actress Malini Fonseka, widely regarded as the Queen of Sri Lankan cinema, on May 24, 2025, marks the end of an era in Sri Lankan cinema as Sri Lanka bids farewell to a luminous star whose brilliance illuminated our screens for decades. The veteran actress passed away at the age of 78. The mortal remains of the veteran actress were laid at the Tarangani Hall of the National Film Corporation in Colombo, where they remained until this morning, allowing thousands of Sri Lankans to pay their last respects to her. Large crowds, including religious representatives, politicians, artists, and the general public, gathered at the Film Corporation yesterday to honour her legacy. President Anura Dissanayake also arrived at the premises last evening to pay his final respect to the legendary actress. At 7:30 a.m. this morning, the remains of late Malini Fonseka was brought to the Independence Square in Colombo in a solemn funeral procession. At around 9 a.m., her remains were placed at the Independence Square, providing an opportunity for the public to pay tribute. Despite the heavy downpours, long queues were formed at the Independence Square to bid farewell to the Queen of Sri Lankan cinema. At 3:30 p.m., the remains of the late actress was taken to a special platform built for Buddhist religious rites by artists and her peers of Gurukula College in Kelaniya, where she had her secondary education. The state-sponsored funeral ceremony commenced shortly thereafter, with the clergy performing religious observances. Veteran actor Ravendra Randaniya addressed the funeral assembly on behalf of all artists.
The passing of this legendary figure has left an irreplaceable void, one that even 100 years may not be able to fill. Malini Fonseka, who began her journey in Sri Lankan cinema with Tissaliya Nasuriya's Punchi Baba, later came to be known as the Queen of Sri Lankan cinema. Remarkably, she held that title for nearly 6 decades, sustained by the enduring love of the public and her peers in the industry. Her contributions deeply enriched our country's cinema. At times, I can't help but wonder whether we truly gave her the respect and recognition she deserved. As a nation, I believe we could have honored her more meaningfully. Dearest Malini, may you attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya then delivered the official message of condolence from President Anura Dissanayake.
In Sri Lanka, which still does not have formal acting schools, veteran actress Malini Fonseka concludes her illustrious career, having made remarkable contributions to the country's film industry. Her talent is unmatched. As a government, we must make a concerted effort over the next decade to discover and nurture an artist of similar calibre. Though that path will be difficult, it remains the most meaningful way to honour the legacy of the iconic Malini Fonseka.
As evening approached, the remains of the esteemed actress were taken to the funeral pyre at approximately 5:55 p.m. amid the grief of her fellow artists and the public. Moments later, the funeral pyre was ignited, marking the end of an era for Sri Lankan cinema and bidding farewell to the Queen of the Sri Lankan cinema.